Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Company of Heroes 2. We were so sick of casting Arnhem Checkpoint and Faymanville that we're doing a 3v3 just so it doesn't happen.
Yeah, and it's just, I think we're fairly safe given, I mean, I know CoH2 matchmaking is bad, but generally you don't get 1v1 maps in team games as a general rule. So we have a bit of safety here, and we've landed on Essen Steelworks, which is a nice roll of the dice. We certainly appreciate that. 3v3. Our Axis will be represented by Jean-Ger as our Wehrmacht, Loxley as the Wehrmacht, and Sin as the OKW.
Their allied opponents playing as the Soviets, Blackstorm playing as the US Kasezwerg. I don't know how to actually say that, the A. And of course, Sturmpanther as the Brits. So we have all factions here today, and I hope this is a good game because team games can either be really good or just not good at all. But given that, you know, this replay was posted on CoH2.org, and you get a lot of people posting shit 1v1 games, but I don't know why people would post shit team games. So here's hoping.
Here is hoping. Essen Steelworks is kind of cool. You can have some really crap games, and you can have some really good games. So yeah. It finds a nice middle ground, honestly. I think is the way to look at Essen Steelworks. There are points of contention in the map that are fun and interesting, and there are points of contention that are really boring and blobby and important garrisony. Like the left hand side, I think, is worse than the right hand side.
I think this is a really bad allocation here. Oh no. Oh man. I mean, he may survive this if he retreats. Nope. I thought maybe if he gets behind that fence it'd be okay, but there is a Sturmpanther flank, but the MG looks like it's on auto reface, so the Sturms do dodge that arc.
Yeah, this is a fault in map knowledge by our Axis. The fact that I even tried to contest this position, like, that never works. Because this garrison is just better in a better position. There are no side windows on Jean-Ger's garrison.
They're clicking. Oh no.
Jesus. What?
I think he wants to wipe an MG.
MG, yeah.
Because he can always just go back in the house and just wipe that when he's done.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty smart play.
Well, what happened to this MG? Oh, that was in the building there. Okay,
Yeah.
he retreated it. So yeah, because I guess he was surrounded here, so he kind of had to retreat there.
Yeah.
Especially
I can't believe our allies won that. Our Axis won that position. That was intense.
There was also mortars shelling at the MG, so it did have to back away.
Oh, it's 3v2 as well. So like I just worked that out. It's 3v2 on the right hand side.
No, it was two there because it was Brits and US.
No, but it was. Oh, right, okay, yeah. But there were like, I'm pretty sure there were three Axis. All three Axis were playing. That's why they won the position.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
All three Axis
true.
sent units over that location. We had like double mortar moving over there, which is why the MG had to move backwards. So
looking at the mini map's pretty handy because you can see the player colors. You can see there was like a Aqua mortar, Aqua squad. I mean, Aqua's over here as well, but not fully committed. What I was saying at the start is that the Axis committed the middle too much. They had two squads that weren't doing anything.
right.
Generally, you want to just focus the fuel early on. Though they did allow for a big rotation, which ultimately did push off the MG. But wow, that was a close range explosion.
We got a little bit of dust and dirt on the camera there, I think.
Michael Bay was very pleased.
That's good to go. So, this is actually a fairly key capture by the Axis, going for the big garrison. It's quite hard to displace, obviously. Big garrisons worry less about any type of forward attack other than rifles, like explosions and grenades and etc. etc. So you can actually buy a lot of time by capturing that position.
So this is just Maxim spam.
Yeah.
Maxim spam's cool and all, but it's not going to help you take the fuel point.
Yeah.
And currently the Allies have neither fuel, which is definitely a problem for them. Though they may get a Sturmpanther wipe. Nope, good retreat. Really great play so far from the Axis. It's rare that the Axis can take and hold double fuel in the early game.
Blackstorm finally starting to put some pressure on the other side of the map, but it's a little too late. Loxley has already rotated his units back to that position. Now Axis have somewhat solidified their right side hold. So it's a little bit late, unfortunately, going for the rear caps, thinking that they didn't have the superior numbers on that side. So a bit of a miscommunication within the team, but the key garrison has been taken. Maxim, full health Maxim inside, so we'll take a mortar to displace that. I'm
guessing that house could actually reach the other house with the flamer. So the MG had to, the Vickers had to back away from it. But here we go. It looks like the Allies now retaking the territory. Not really well consolidated at the moment of the Axis. We see Sin's forces are all around here. He's actually really low, so yeah, he had to heal up his squads. It's gonna be hard to take this back with all these Maxims.
Yeah, Maxims are very mobile. They make your life tough. 6-man squads. Chill inside garrisons for a long time, especially taking both of these garrisons, and like there's really no alternative.
He did just get a flamer engineer wipe for his troubles, and this Maxim's actually taken a rifle nade and a few mortar shells, so it looks like that's going to be cleared out.
Thankfully, there is a rear door, which is utilized. Maxim will be able to retreat back to base, but good pressure. So the biggest problem. Oh no, I guess it was being contested.
I always make sure if there's a buggy animation, I always zoom in on it. It's my duty.
I've noticed that. You're keeping the rifleman honest.
Whoa, that's a flamer half track.
Standardize all run animations. That's what Company of Heroes 2 needs.
It's a really nice counter to Maxim spam. You just gotta be careful you don't get caught by this arc. But big mass retreat.
I can't believe the flanks that we're seeing in this game. And it's all on Sin. It's Sin going for the worldwide exclusive flanks with all these units. And that just doesn't happen in team games. And I think if this was a 4v4, you wouldn't be seeing it, which is, I think, why I think I'm true in saying this for both of us, that we just prefer 3v3s over 4v4s. Because I guess the maps are just good for 3v3s. Like, these aren't really good 4v4 maps, these are good 3v3 maps.
Yeah, I think most maps are better. I mean, I think there are a few exceptions, like, what's the big open one that we like with the island at the bottom? Something. Starts with the S, I'm pretty sure. Not Sittard. Definitely not Sittard. Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Either way.
Sin Forest or something like that? Or
no, it's...
Yeah,
matter. It'll come back to us. But it looks like now the Allies actually have all of the map. The AEC helping. It's going to really zone the flame half track. Will keep it at bay. And now we also have the AA half track coming out for the US. I'm guessing it should be a T-70 soon. Nope, no tier 3 here for the Soviets. Just went straight for guards to complement his support weapons.
I wouldn't even be mad to see a straight up tier 4 from a Soviet player. Maybe in the early CAD he could get a lot of work done. Our allies certainly have the fuel lead, and that could be a way to create pressure. I think Soviets can most easily like rush out that indirect fire. That is a good unit to go for, and then you have access to the tier 4, which you need anyway. So. Guards getting.
Oh, it needs to retreat. Uh-oh. Sturmpanther's there as well. Well, there goes the guards. I don't know why the guards were that deep. Yeah. That's always too deep. In team games, you always can get wiped by just a blob roaming around or a light vehicle chasing you down. Generally, it's a bad idea to go for caps that deep, especially with something as expensive as a guard squad.
Especially when all you're going to do really is decapture a strat point, which is just not important. That's an important thing in 1v1s.
Yeah, it's not a VP or a cutoff or a fuel point. There really was no reason. Okay, another flank here from our man Sin. The yellow OKW player actually gets the mortar. No, that's an MG42. Wanted to Faust the Ambo, I think, but good evac there with the Ambo crew. Means he couldn't actually target the Panzerfaust, even if he was within range.
Should be able to do that.
Yeah, he should. In CoH2, you could actually fire a Panzerfaust at infantry.
Really?
Yeah, it would just miss most of the time. But sometimes, if you're lucky, you'd one-shot someone. But it was pretty bad because it would mostly just miss. But the Panzerfaust was different in CoH2 because it didn't do a snare. It was just a damage.
Yeah, yeah. But it wasn't more damage. It was like a decent chunk of damage. Like it was.
No, it was not much.
Okay.
It was pretty weak.
Maybe I'm thinking grenades are really strong.
Well, the stickies were if you landed them.
Yeah.
And grenades were, in general, very strong, but they scattered, so they were not as reliable. Which I much preferred, because the problem with CoH2 grenades are, they're just you took yellow cover, big noob, insta wipe. It's
they're way too consistent. So.
Yeah, the problem with that is it's more just about getting cheesy one-shot wipes more than it is a tool for anti-blobbing. In the way that it was in CoH2, because they were very powerful but scattered. So less good versus single squads, more powerful versus multiple squads.
If you think about infantry micro within Company of Heroes, it's just scrolling in as close as you can to see grenade animations to make sure you win the fight.
Yeah.
It's about the only determining factor.
Well, looks like things have calmed down a little bit here.
Looking towards our victory points, 420 for the Axis, 470 for the Allies due to their superior control over the central VP more than anything else. So it's not really a consideration until the mid-game, and you start creating tank pressure, and then it's more of an active battleground. But up to this point, it's pretty much you just send a squad to cap, they send a squad to cap, you maybe leave an MG on that point, and that's about it. So.
Okay, going straight for the battle phase 3. Oh, do they both go Tiger Ace, elite troops? Yeah, that's crazy, and a Command Panther as well.
To be fair, I think we're stuck grenade. God, missed those. I think we've gone too long without casting a Tiger Ace. Honestly, it's been a long time since we've had a Tiger Ace in a game.
Yeah, it's
well over a year. Must have been.
It has been a while. I mean, the Tiger Ace isn't as OP as it used to be. I think there are just better commanders. Like, I would take a skill strafe over the Tiger Ace. Especially in team games. Because in team games, you just get critical mass. You know, if your opponent, if they all have a Jackson, they got 3 Jacksons, and the Tiger Ace just gets killed.
Yeah.
And then you go, well, that's my commander, kind of obsolete.
Tiger Ace was the most popular before Western Front Armies. Like,
oh, yeah, when it used to have double the health and double the rate of fire, and it was free.
Yeah.
But even if you killed it, you wouldn't get income back, so it was permanent. It was so bad. Yeah, that was. Oh, I don't want to think about it.
So
Well, this is good. Yeah, this is a good flank. Could get a wipe. Actually, the suppression comes through. The Obers get suppressed. Oh, the SGG's popped as well. So, good suppression there from that AA half track. I mean, this Flamer half track though has got to be careful.
It's so baller, and Loxley's microing it so well. It looks like it's just YOLOing around, but like it's dodging Faust arcs and like moving outside of, and yeah, just dodging AT grenade arcs, AT gun arcs, and just it's going crazy. It's going nuts. So.
Okay, the pack may get another shot here. Oh yeah, it kills the AA half track.
Nice.
Now, one of the great things about this commander, the elite troops, is that it does have Panzer Tactician, and that's such a good ability. Doesn't actually save the AA half track in the end. I think that must have been another AT grenade that came through last minute from the rifleman, but it does provide so much value. So, I mean, I was sort of exaggerating it. The commander does have plenty of other things going for it. Those grenades are pretty good. The smokers, of course, pretty good.
Jaegers aren't the worst. Like,
well, the stormtroopers.
Yeah, sorry, stormtroopers. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're situational. G43 is also pretty situational. We'll see. It means you can go hardcore P4 spam.
Yeah. And
then still get a Tiger Ace because it costs 0 fuel.
Still not the most. Yeah, it's probably not the best map for G43s. Certainly our better ones, but you could see a little bit of use out of them.
So John Gurr has a lot of fuel, but he doesn't have either the tier 3 structure or the battle phase 3. So he's a little bit indecisive, or just wants to invest as much as he can. Actually, he has gone for the stormtroopers. So let's see what they do.
So many options.
Yeah,
can't hold all these weapon upgrades. So.
I don't think the G43
but you literally can't hold all the weapon upgrades. You have to choose. So.
I think they buffed that at some point, but it's still the SCGs are a better way to go because they get that ambush bonus.
Yeah.
which can just wipe squads quickly.
There's 4, isn't it? So
Yeah,
they all
it's
get
4.
SCGs, so...
Yeah, but it's just that ability is just so crazy. Oh, double fast. This could be a dead T-34.
Nice. Good play. Man, Sid is playing out of his mind. That's nuts. Guards can't really do anything here either. Please, get the DPs! Get the DPs! Faster, faster! Not in time. No button. And the P4 successfully finds its first victim. T-34 down. Unfortunately, Blackstorm's rush to the tier 4 achieves nothing. No Katusha, so the T-34 just gets taken down. Free veterancy for the Panzer IV. Wouldn't that suck? Like rushing to a tier just to give your opponent veterancy? So
Yeah.
feels bad, man.
What player was that lost
That
the
was Blackstorm.
Blackstorm.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gone the ISU. That's going to be really good on this map, in this middle position. But lots of flanking routes, so he has to be careful with it. Infantry company, it could be priests. I suspect that we'll see priest spamming, and of course land matchless commandos. I mean, that's perhaps a bit of an oversight though, is that there's both the land matchless and the priest. Maybe
And
that's a
the
little bit
Katusha,
overkill.
so,
yeah,
yeah.
and did he? Oh, he's building a caddy. You're right.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a lot of indirect fire. Indirect fire, of course, is very powerful though, so that isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Indirect fire rotation is actually fairly difficult on Essen as well because if you look at the major points of contention, they're spread out across the length of the map because of how the map is spread out on the diagonal. So the VPs are about as far away from each other as you're going to get on any map. So the rotation of indirect fire between victory points is more difficult on Essen compared to some other maps. So everyone going for indirect fire isn't the worst thing in the world, and just kind of static indirect fire, you just leave it and you cover your side and do your thing.
Couldn't you just leave them here and they could cover either the middle or the right?
It's a fairly aggressive location, with that being said. Like, I mean, you could, but
Wait,
like,
what?
flying along that road is kind of dangerous.
Oh, what? Look at this. That's obnoxious,
That's
man.
a feels bad, man.
Yeah,
so,
that should be a shot blocker for sure.
And it's probably only one section of the hedge because I've never seen that before, so it's probably one
Yeah.
tiny bit that didn't get put in correctly, and now Maxims can fire through it.
We have seen a lot of shoe mines. That one didn't actually do that much though. Alright, well,
Tyrub's next Tops and Trucks video, he should cover that isn't actually like shot blockers that aren't
Yeah.
actually shot blockers. That would be cool.
man, every time we say tips and trucks, we always just exaggerate it more and more until people don't even know what we're saying.
Yeah.
They're like,
No one's gonna understand. So.
okay, the Raketten went down. This could be stolen.
Give this a year and will be just as hard to understand as the average Kiwi. So
Sometimes I wish my Rakettens didn't actually have retreat, just so that my opponents couldn't bloody steal it so easily. This is a pretty deep play though. This pack can get destroyed. He's gonna be able to cap that one pretty quickly though.
fast.
Oh yeah, taking his time. I guess he wanted the Pyos to get
No
it.
way, that's a bad cap. He'll lose it if he tries
Well,
to
they can't cap
now,
it
so.
with these squads either, but the Sturmpanther should just blow it up. It won't take long, both the AEC and the Cromwell.
Okay, nice. Yeah, good play. Should definitely take this one out. Okay, smart. Good to see a pack going down. 300 VPs now for our Axis. We're about halfway towards the CP value of a Tiger Ace. This is certainly the weak point of the Tiger Ace commander. At this point, our Axis is going to be reliant entirely on medium tanks. Because there's just nothing. You get everything at Panzer Tactician, and then, you know, stun grenade, G43s, it's early game stuff. Now we're heading towards Tiger Ace right at the end. One of the highest CP point value unlocks in the game.
Well, they do have the tier 4 online, so they've got the Panther and the Panzerwerfer, a good combination, which is pretty clever, knowing that they are going to have to wait a long time for this Tiger Ace. So by having the T4, it gives them stronger than just sort of spamming P4s. We again another Panther here for Jonga, plenty of fuel left over for whatever other tank he wants.
Probably weaker in terms of CP point gain. Like P4s are going to net you more CPs than Panther and Panzerwerfer will, but not crazy amounts more. So it's actually the Shreks.
Yeah, didn't really expect that. the problem with the Shreks is it's only a single Shrek. It's not like a P grand score where you get 2 Shreks. I think they get cloak and they certainly get tracking. Oh man, that building's really low.
I think that's one shot.
Yeah, and
Pretty
even
sure it's 1 shot.
even the get out of the building.
Cromwell!
Okay, the Panther going on the hunt, but no damage engine, so that Cromwell can just back away. So what do they? Oh, I can't click on it. That's annoying how you can't click on squads when they're retreating. Or at least from a spectating perspective.
Tier 43 is OPOP. Nice wipe. Yeah, it's just single Shrek is really not very good.
Oh, so
It'd almost be. I think it would be worth going the SCGs and then just building a P-Red squad to get Shreks if you want Shreks. It's not as if the Stormtroopers are markedly better at using the Shreks, even with the detections.
So they don't get cloak. Cloak's only the STGs.
Yeah.
They do get. They can get G43s and the Shrek. And they still get these nades as well. So anyway, that's the caddy fire. No, that's the Panzer firing.
Yeah, I think given the fact, you really don't want to split. Okay, we'll go back to that in a second because Panther is angry at Scott.
I'm pretty surprised he went for the Scott. Given that he has the priest and the land mattress, you'd think he wouldn't need any more indirect fire.
Never have enough.
Rather than just double Jackson seems to be
If your opponent has no units, they can't kill your indirect fire, can they?
Oh, this Panther's taking a bit of damage there with its rear armor exposed.
What is that Raketen shooting through? The Raketen's shooting through 2 buses and a wall to hit the Panther. Joyce.
Those infiltration nades nasty. Must be the caddy.
We also have the caddy. That's right. Nice retreat. That was really well timed, guys. Oh wait, no, there was still one more. Right, I thought that was it.
Is that not a caddy? Is that a land mattress?
No, it's double caddy. Right, okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say that was a really well timed, man. Double caddy, so much indirect fire. That was a really well timed retreat because he timed it after the barrage. I'm just like, wait, why is there another barrage coming through? Have I miscounted? Caddies fire 4 times and I never knew.
Blackstorm's lost a lot of stuff though. He's only got 2 Maxims left, Mortar and an Engineer squad. Also deciding not to go for the ISU, going just caddy and SU-85 instead. He will have access to the marked target though, and that's very useful. What else do we have? Yeah. Well, actually gets a Faust off here. I don't think he wants to dive this though, not with the Zis and the Rifleman there.
That's the thing though, there's always going to be dive potential and...
Oh, I guess he was going for it.
Yeah, Loxley, he's actually preemptively building another Panther and just going to dive this one.
Yeah, but
okay, now he's going to back away. I kind of wanted to see a Panzer IV from any of our Axis players. Just go for a Panzer IV instead of this second Panther. Go another Panzer IV and just dive the caddies. Trading a Panzer IV for 2 caddies is worth than whatever else you get in addition to the caddies. You can maybe wipe a land mattress or you kill a Scot or whatever. So.
Yeah, they changed it so the tier 3 building only costs 15 fuel now. I can't remember the manpower. I don't think it's much. So
barely anything.
You can back tech, where before it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah, that was a really well thought out change. So.
They do also have the Panzer Tactician, so they can go for those dives pretty aggressively.
Yeah.
Especially with the flares as well. That's going to be really handy. Revealing them and then going for it, but.
I forget how hard it is for a Panzer IV to take out a priest, but I can't imagine very.
Yeah, I think it's more than 1 shot.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Look at this.
Yeah, Panther's going in for the land mattress.
Panther parties are my favorite type of party.
I thought bazooka parties were your favorite party.
No, I mean...
Well, Panther's in trouble here. There's Firefly and a Cromwell on the hunt. Yeah, fires the tulips, but doesn't get the wounded Panther. There's no supporting AT, so the Panthers are able to back away from this one. Oh, there's an AEC. He could have used the tread breaker there.
Certainly a possibility and it doesn't go for it.
What strafe is that? Oh, that was marked target. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
my target. No Panthers.
I don't know where it went though.
There are so many Panthers.
Oh, what? No, bombing strike. It wasn't marked target. Sorry, I don't know
Right.
what that was.
Okay.
It was a bombing strike. It's actually a good time to use it during an engagement. Just bomb an MG in a house because otherwise you can dodge it pretty easily. But during a fight, you're often not paying attention.
Pretty sure that's 2 Panther shots away from dying.
Is repairing through? Yeah, he repaired
Yeah.
through it just. And now that's actually an SU-85 and a Ziscon. He pops the Panzer
Get this
Tactician.
attack round, or just gonna drive through
Oh,
it. Shot.
lucky bounce.
From that far?
I think he's out of dodge here
Yeah, pretty sure the Panther's safe.
due to the blitzkrieg
Man,
part.
that's really unlucky for Blackstorm. That was like medium range bounce from an SU-85. Admittedly, it's like...
Well,
it's not
SU-85 could go down here, but still the Ziscon there. Oh no, shameful display. SU-85 juking on the spot. It's the fence, man. That's what it was. SU-85 cannot handle fence.
Hey, we said it before. Find the cast where we say the hardest counted SU-85s are fences.
I guess this isn't really a fence, but it's like a wall. Yeah,
Yeah.
the same thing.
Counts.
Walls or fences, the biggest counter to SU-85s.
How depressing is that? That was really sad. This is the most efficient pathing route.
I guess fence just sounds funnier than wall. It's easy to say as well.
Like, you can see a tank having trouble running into a wall, but a fence? Like,
Yeah,
really?
exactly. Yeah, it's more. Oh, he naded himself. See that? He naded himself.
You done played yourself. It's the enemy. Throw a stun grenade.
This right side is very secured though. Mortar pit, land mattress. There's actually a priest there now as well. So a lot of units there on that right side. And now the indirect fire is certainly going to be a problem for the Axis.
Yeah, it's starting to take its toll. If you look towards polecaps, sitting particularly low. These really aggressive dives and plays that he's been making have started to backfire, and he has lost infantry, and he's lost support weapons, and he's lost tanks.
Yeah, he's really low on stuff. But I love how baller you can tell that he is just because of look at his command points. He's on 20 command points. His teammates 13 and 14.
Yeah,
so
wow.
you know who the
Same
MVP is. But the double Panthers are pretty effective here, or no, rather triple Panther. Oh my god.
I think the amount of CPs is really important because, like, when we're playing team games, like, Yagus needs to tell me, like, he doesn't need to tell me that I'm a shit cunt, and that gives him an excuse to, because, well, you're two CPs behind, you've been playing wrong.
Well, but
You're doing a bad job. So.
you can't view. I guess if you would ask
It's like
me.
we'll start calling in something that's like requires 8 CPs, and it's like, Blake,
Oh,
why
yeah.
haven't you called these in? And it's
Yeah.
like, I'm still on 6 CPs.
Down goes the Firefly, but needs to get destroyed because he's got abandoned. There goes the Vet 2 Panther. Oh man, that's so frustrating there because the Firefly survived.
Yeah, first rocket from the Tulip hit, second one doesn't, so it's just vision damage. And first Firefly will go man mode and lock for its friend.
Okay, well this Jackson, no, Panther decides to back off. I'm surprised because there's actually a fence here, so the SU already... Oh, sorry, that's an ISU.
It's an ISU,
Oh my god.
yeah.
I don't know if the ISU gets counted by fences.
Which ammo is it on?
It's on AP.
Right.
Here's the icon
Yeah,
here.
so that Panther should have dove because it could have surmised that the ISU was on AP ammo and the Jackson's main gun was destroyed. So playing aggressive there would have been the right choice. Gonna be worried about mines, obviously, but still would have been the right choice, I think. So, nice dodge.
I think that there's actually Further barrage here. There's a King Tiger.
Yeah, gonna be facing up against an ISU, so in terms of fuel, our player's fairly even here.
I like how there's a bunker, but it's actually being flanked, and he can demo that too.
Yeah, it's probably being flanked because Blackstorm's already run into it and then had to retreat and then has gone back and killed the bunker. Yeah.
Just put S mines down, but I guess there's a sweeper anyways.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a wire as well. Jeez.
Really trying to channel units into the
Funnel.
bunker. Oh, channel works as well, doesn't it? Channel's the same thing.
Is Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess for me, channeling has been
Like
ruined by
channeling
video games because
energy
I think
into-
of
right.
like a channeling ability.
Right.
Like when you're channeling, you can't move while you're casting it.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Channel. Land mattress bugged. Man, this game is really buggy. Where is the
Land mattress. It was forward. It was playing around the mortar pit. So.
Oh, did not retreat or something.
What?
Oh, what's this?
I don't know. I mean, you selected the wrong player. We need Sturmpanther if
Sorry.
we're going to look for land mattress. So there we go. It's probably just not firing or something. I'm not sure. Victory points 277 for the Axis, 356 for our allies. So heads up, good job, Axis, for bringing it back a little. Allies have got to keep the pressure on though because they know they're going to run into Tiger Aces.
Oh,
soon.
that was
They
a
could
nasty
be-
crowd.
Oh,
Oh, wow!
no!
You got all 5 of them. Because, yeah, when units are around buildings, they don't dodge very well. So, crushing units out in the open is very difficult, but when they're up against structures, then it's much easier. I like this positioning in the King Tiger. It's on the left side, so harder for the tank destroyers to get an angle, but down goes the Panzer IV. King Tiger's quite far off here. Oh,
Maybe
man.
a not so great dive.
This Panther's just getting 1v4'd. Yeah, that wasn't particularly well coordinated there by the Axis.
King Tiger just can't provide any support.
I think he's going to also hit on this elevation a lot.
The ICU has actually been doing surprisingly well. I haven't seen it hit the hill once.
Wow, this Panther could go down too. It got hit by the tread breaker from the AEC, so it's temporarily immobilized.
I'm pretty sure the ICU is in range of this. AEC is actually going to try and hunt this one down. I think that might be a mistake, and the Panther actually outflanks the AEC.
Well, it is low.
Goodbye, AEC.
Yeah, that gets taken out there. This Panther's getting low as well, but he survived. So these are...
Oh
no!
Firefly shot from downtown. That was amazing. Actually securing the kill onto one of the Panthers.
One of our panzers has been destroyed.
Yes, it has, announcer. Yes, it has.
Your commandos are ready.
Where did they go? Wait, was that them?
Yeah, it's commandos.
Oh, they only spawn as like 3 men.
I don't know.
I think that's how it
Too many iterations.
Yeah. Yeah, same, bro.
I can keep up with the League of Legends patch notes, CoH2 patch notes, not so much. So.
Oh, there goes the mortar.
Nasty.
Yeah, there goes the Sturm Pioneers.
Wipe. 4 wipe at this stage. Has Sin managed to recover much pop gap, or I have a feeling the answer is going to be 9, but we'll find out. So I don't know. 60, not bad. I appreciate that.
5 units.
Yeah,
just-
we're being
the King Tiger
King
just costs so
Tiger's a
much
big deal.
pop cap now. It's like 26 or something like that.
really 26. Jeez.
Yeah, all the heavies got a recent increase. Tiger Ace is 26. ISU is probably about that as well. Well, 22. Wow, it's actually a lot less.
ISU.
Oh wow, that's way too deep.
ISU.
Oh my god. He's trying to enter melee combat with the King Tiger. Do not recommend. Drive me closer. I want to hit them with my sword. Oh, well actually this Stuka's doing the same thing.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you appreciated this. That's the first time you'll see a King Tiger get a rear armor flank on an ISU.
Oh my god. Almost got double caddied, but he got one of them, so that's still pretty good.
I have no idea what that ISU. That was clearly an attack unit command that got forgotten about. That was forgotten about, and the ISU just kept running forward, looking for the squad. Unfortunate.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of that. You tell your AT gun to you right click on a tank and then it just goes after and follows it. So Loki's pop capped. Loxley is pop capped. He's got 3 Panthers and a caddy.
2 Panthers, a Brumbar, and a...
Oh, yeah, sorry,
and,
the 2.
And a Panzerwerfer.
Oh, another one.
But I mean, sure. He got 2 out of 4, so 50% is not bad, Callum. Good
Wait,
job.
what did I say?
You said
3
3
Panthers.
Panthers and a Katusha.
Oh god.
I mean, I knew you were talking about...
Do I get a participation award?
Yeah. Essentially. Yeah, it's just as big as everyone else's correctly identified Axis Tanks Award. But,
To be fair, they're both rocket artillery. At least I didn't say like a half track. Or, well, I guess it is a half track. I didn't say it was I don't know. What else could it have been? A Stug or something?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got that. Whew.
Oh, man.
More indirect fire though. It's actually it's popcap blocked by Loxley because he reinforced. So this kind of can be a strat if you're planning on throwing a unit away, but you don't really want to throw any of his composition away. Broombars don't dive well. Panthers have veterancy. Pioneers for repairs. You need a Grenadier squad and an MG. Like, what are you gonna lose from that?
Oh my god, the Vet 3 Firefly and a Vet 1 Firefly. These Panther has to be so careful.
Yeah. It's gonna be the thing. Like the Panthers have good pressure, but the Fireflies just have crazy burst potential. Firefly tulips into Firefly shots, one of these Panthers can just get demolished.
Especially because this is getting pretty late game, so there's a lot of munitions banked up. So the tulips are always going to be off. There's actually a Comet as well. Very powerful front line for this Firefly hit team. So this is shaping up to be a pretty tense game. All our players have a lot of stuff, apart from Sin. He's getting there.
Yeah, building up again.
Oh my god, did I get one shot? He was clumped up there.
Yeah. Blackstorm can afford to go for the ISU again. I don't know if he's just busy microing or considering if that's a good idea. I'm pretty sure it is. ISU is just a great unit, provided it isn't microed poorly. Should get a lot of work done. Yes, Blackstorm will kill in the ISU. A little bit late in terms of fuel, but not in a crazy BP situation.
Oh, another bombing strike. I missed that one too. I'm missing all of these bombing strikes. Oh, he went for a ram, but didn't get the mark. Good work there. Reversing on that road. Very hard to chase. There's only T-34-76. Wow, he actually is going to back out.
Right, 2 misses from the Panthers. Should get the shot off. Nice. Good play.
Also, nice work that the wounded Panther backed away.
Dude, there's another spot for the next tips and tricks. Tips and tricks?
Half trek has arrived.
What?
This gun just fired through the same forest. This gun just fired through that shop.
Ah, right.
So, yeah.
But this King Tiger isn't doing much here. It's just getting constantly hit by these tank destroyers. I guess it has got 6 kills. It's got Vet 1, but it's a lot of upkeep. And there's no Sturm Pioneers left. He's lost the squad earlier in the middle VP. So King Tiger perhaps wasn't the best choice, or at least putting in the middle perhaps wasn't the best choice. On the right side, it might perform better.
It's all... Okay, though it's micro-intensive, our allies really need to push the left-hand side. They have really superior tank numbers, and the only reason that our Axis are holding anywhere close to even is because
oh my God.
The allies are just playing into their hands. They're like, all our medium tanks, even our tank destroyers, they're all together, and okay, I guess that works when you kill King Tigers.
Oh
and
my
the chills
God.
of the Jagdpanzer.
This Jagdpanzer is looking pretty dead to me.
Yeah, I mean, the Fireflies could just hunt this thing down.
Enough.
It's reverse move, get another stun, chaining the rockets, rocket after rocket. Should be enough. Fireflies snipe it down. That was brutal.
Dude, these guys are better at training CC than your league teammates.
Dude, man, I want them. I want them on my team. I will hire them to play League of Legends. The CC chain is real. That was great. Firefly rocket timing, amazing.
So there's just too many tank destroyers. What would have been a lot better from Sin would have been if you went Shrek blob. If you went 3 Sturm Pioneers with Shreks. Obviously, the Wehrmacht's better at blobbing Shreks because they get double Shreks with the P-Grens, but Sturm Pioneers aren't bad either. Then they can repair stuff too. They can help your teammates out. But when there's vetted Jacksons, vetted Fireflies, there's an ISU, that's just not worth using heavies. Okay, for example, the Tiger Ace would be awful. This is really where you want to have an elephant. The fact that both of these Wehrmacht players locked in the elite troops, none of them having Jaeger armor for that elephant, that's a really big misplay because this game would be completely different if there was an elephant in the middle.
Yeah. It completely changed up the allied unit composition and playstyle, but what I love is that inadvertently the allies are playing this perfectly. All of Sin's stuff's getting killed, so he's down to 23 pop cap. Meanwhile, our other two Axis are on 100 and can't afford to go for their Tiger Aces without losing squads. So I think that's pretty cool.
Well,
Though we do have one now for...
Yeah, let's see how this one goes. I'm not very optimistic, given how quickly that King Tiger just got creamed.
Yeah.
But if he plays around the right side, he may be in a better spot, because it's the combination of the ISU, just the full open terrain. He has a Panther for support here as well. Actually has a Shrek as well.
And the G43 is now upgraded. I think I was saying something about that before. It's just if you want to, the only reason that you see squads with a combination of anti-infantry and anti-tank, I think a good example of that is Riflemen, is if they have snares. Like, Riflemen have snares, therefore it's fine to have a bazooka and like a bar. That's fine. That's like a good combination. Then like most of the time you're fighting infantry, you have a lot of damage pressure onto tanks. But having a squad like the Stormtroopers and having just one Shrek and G43s, like, how often are they actually going to manage to 1v1 anything with 3 G43s? And, you know, the Shrek, and they've got no snare, so just seems like a weird...
Well, but there's no downside to it. It's
I mean,
it's
I know, I mean,
40
like, yeah, I'm
munitions,
just saying,
so
I'm
why
talking
not?
about the alternative between... Like, I'm talking about the alternative between that and going the STGs and just getting
Right.
a P-Grand squad
Yeah.
or something. So that's more along the lines of what I was talking about, so...
I guess the
It's
G43s
such
will...
it's such a weird upgrade.
The G43s will help it flank sport weapons, because you got the bundle grenade. Where did that go? Oh, blew up that. You got the bundle grenade, you got the stun grenade, you've got 3 G43s. So you do have good damage against support weapons. But just, yeah, not really against other combat squads.
I guess that's a good point. I can dig that. Just bundle grenade automatically gives you free anti-sport weapon as well. So.
They're also really good versus munitions caches. Didn't you know?
Man, it's just stunned, stunning the cache. What if that stops the income for like a second?
It stops it from
Genius.
retreating.
Yeah.
The munitions cache can't run back to base because it's stunned.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this Broombar doing? This is just a death trap. This middle... The tanks shouldn't be here. They should be on the side. That's where the tanks should be. They can poke the VP. If the tanks wrap around, then they're within medium range. I guess they could still fire at it, kind of, but the pathing would be a little more difficult.
Is that a Firefly dive on the right? I think they're setting up for it. Okay, no, it is. I guess the Panther. Still having the Comet as a front line. Panther moves in for a little bit more poke, but our Axis will get forced off.
Oh, wow, lucky miss. Will allow the Broombar. He's using it too. He's firing through. This is almost a Vet 5 squad of Obers, so they're pretty damn powerful. Should also be using the booby when he gets the chance on the VP. The booby trap. Did I say a naughty word?
You did.
Yeah, that's why I sort of said booby trap. Because it's okay to say naughty words.
Yeah.
Like you can say, I used to work at Dick Smith.
Yes.
But you can't say half of that. It's a true story, by the way.
It gets very confusing. Yeah, that was a legitimate Australian store. This is a legitimate Axis White. The rotate timing's pretty good, but Comet might finish it.
Not let up. The enemy still has 300.
Oh, there's actually a mine there too.
What's this Comet doing?
Yeah, that's maybe too deep. Does he have the war speed? He has it. Hasn't popped it yet though. Still no war speed, so the Comet's looking pretty dead to me. Down she goes. Here come the Fireflies. A lot of veterancy there. The Panther's backed away, so now the Tiger Ace is going in.
Double rockets.
Does he have the munitions? He does have the munitions,
Yeah,
so yeah, he could be
That's so
dualisting
weird.
this.
That was 100% a dead Tiger Ace.
Vet 3 Panther. But there's a Vet 3 Jackson too, so he's a little bit outnumbered here. Shoe mine there. Oh, he that tag team with the Panthers. Shame he couldn't bait him a little bit better. Killing that Vet 3 Jackson would have been such a big win there. No, don't go over it. Oh, no.
So dangerous.
Wow. Actually, the pack's setting up, but the Raken's firing, as is the SU. Whoa. Evap round, max ranged. Did miss as well.
Pack is loaded for panzer hunting. Good caddy barrage. I haven't really been seeing them doubled up when there were two. I'm not sure if there are two now. I don't think so. So yeah, when there were two, it was just kind of like using one caddy barrage to force retreat or movement into the second caddy barrage. And I thought that was rather cool, but we won't get to see it anymore when the caddy's down. Right, that's a micro-intensive composition. T-34, SU-85, ISU. That's bold.
Just wants to clear all these bloody bunkers out. There's bunkers everywhere because they don't cost any pop cap.
Yeah, it's only the munitions for the MG upgrade. Imagine if you didn't have to pay munitions for that, if you could just build an MG bunker for manpower.
Oh, like a Panzer headquarters.
Yes. Yes. There's some pretty crazy floats in this game, like huge, like 1700 manpower floats, 1800 now for Loxley, 1800 manpower floats, 750 fuel float for Kasezwerg.
It's another King Tiger, and I'm not keen. I'm not feeling it, man. Are you
No?
feeling it?
Yeah, not so much.
Oh, there we go.
I'm a Katusha now.
Oh, the worst feeling.
So that could have been amazing, or it could have been that.
Yeah.
So
You do know when it's... I guess it was already neutralized, so he wouldn't actually have vision on it. But, I mean, he does... 600 munitions of arty flares not being used. So lack of coordination. I'm sure these guys are just randoms, but...
yeah, it's hard to communicate things like that, but yeah, at that point when you're on that many munitions, you should just be throwing down stuff like arty flares all the time. So
I do still stand by. I think Sturmpanther Shrek Blobs would have been a better choice than this King Tiger. See, look at that. It's just rat-a-tat-tat, but rather than being a Maxim, it's tank destroyers. Is that Brumbar gonna die?
it's a big veterancy feed.
Well, they're already vetted, which is part of the problem. At least some of them are. Look at that, ISU, SU.
Yeah, well.
Man, this skin makes it harder to tell which one's the SU, which one's the ISU.
Yeah, it is quite visually confusing. And I don't think the purple is helping very much. So.
Probably not. So this King Tiger's been draining manpower. It isn't a huge deal though when you're pop capped. It just means losing units is more punishing. Maxim facing the wrong direction.
And, it's also playing a game of Company of Heroes 2 where rifle grenades are a thing, so that's a mistake. Is this going to get sniped?
Oh wow, it's pack dive.
Is this the big Panther play?
Oh, Kasezwerg. Bro.
Oh,
He's probably within range.
Yeah.
He's just going for the Jacksons. I mean,
I
that
love
is-
the melee, yeah.
Yeah.
Kasezwerg. I will get you, Jackson.
Whoa, look at... Oh, wow. I think it survived one arty shell and the next one hit it. It must be from a priest, I'm guessing. Yeah, there's two priests here.
Yeah, two priests firing.
That was a vetted Werfer as well. He's still...
walking back through the danger zone.
Another
Let's keep an eye on that
Panther.
Kasezwerg. It just does not, give a naughty word. It does not give a naughty word. Falling out pretty hard.
Doesn't give to charity.
It's actually a triple cap for our Axis now. That's pretty nutty.
I think the Allies perhaps just have too much tank destroyers and artillery. Their capping power isn't much. They also don't have much to force away squads once those rocket artillery and all the artillery
Bullets are blown,
is blown. Tiger Ace is going to be available here for Loxley, though he is building a Panther, which will lock that out.
Axis still think they have a kill pressure into allied tanks.
Well,
Get us just more units would be great. Just
we actually see a bunch of Vet Zero squads, Rifleman, Guards, Cons, so they have realized they're
Right.
lacking in capping power. Building the Vet Zero squads. Double Vet 3 Firefly.
the stuff nightmares are made of. Under 200 points now for the Allies. Axis coming very close to actually taking the VP lead for the first time in this game. I love this forward positioning with the Priests, even though that's not technically a shot blocker, it's kind of a vision blocker, I suppose. So you're going to be much more effective in the closer range, and they're covered by so many tank destroyers, it's a safe position to be in.
There's also
More
no
mines from our allies as well would be good.
Yeah. There's
Like,
also
especially with Kasezwerg having riflemen field defenses.
yeah, that's true. I lost what I was going to say. T-34 was returned to the same place multiple times.
You can blame me for that. That was an alcohol interruption. So I bet it was very important to discuss.
Yeah. So wow, there goes the priest. So the fact that there isn't heavy tank destroyers, nor is there skill strafes like the Ju-87, it makes it very hard to kill these tank destroyers. Because if you, the problem is that, you know, as I was saying, yeah, get more strikes, get Shreks, but then they just get one shot by a caddy. So it's kind of, do you spam tanks and lose to tank destroyers, or do you spam infantry and lose to artillery? The answer is skill strafes. But either way, we are seeing some carnage happen here. The Jacksons looking like they're going down here. Vet 3, both of them heavy engine crit. Down goes one Jackson, the other one's running for his dear life.
It's cutting really well, and it's actually behind a mine now, but it's taking a hell of a lot of damage. If it gets within range of these Panthers, it's in all kinds of trouble. One of the Panthers is successfully sniped, and these Panthers are still within range of the Rocket, and I'm pretty sure that's 2 Panthers going down. I know the other one's just reverse moving on the road. It's just the one.
Yeah, that survived, but that hero Jackson got the kill. Maximum range. T-34 has a... He had a flank on the Panther, but didn't commit to it, but speaking of committing, this Comet is going ham after this King Tiger, but deciding to back away from this one, wants to try and circle the Jagdpanzer instead. Firefly moving in, so the Jagdpanzer goes down. Raketen set up in position, but these tanks have a lot of health. Now the Firefly, Comet, they're both going for this King Tiger. There's Pioneers for the repairs, but there's no support.
It is dive and counter dive, and I'm digging it. But the Panther, Hero Panther coming in, can it save the King Tiger? The answer is 9. It cannot. Panther now gets the smoke off as well, so it could actually survive this one. I'm not sure if tulips are going to be available for Sturmpanther. Does have the munitions. I'm not sure if it's off cooldown. Simultaneous push from our Axis in the bottom right. The Comet's going to be quite low, and the Tiger should be able to hunt it down.
Stealing the AT gun here.
Yeah.
So, very costly engagement there. But the question is, who has the most resources? Loxley has plenty of resources, and he has the Tiger Ace available. The loss of the veterans is also pretty important. Who lost the... well, the Vet 3 Jackson's alive still, so...
Yeah.
Kasezwerg's doing fine. That's a pretty deadly barrage. We see a couple of squads go down. And finally, we see a squad of the Shreks are there on the Panzergrins, which I do like to see. 55 kills on the Obersoldaten, so they're an absolute monster in this VP control.
So back down to 24 pop cap. Just needs a bit more manpower for some more tanks. Okay, during that engagement, I'm pretty sure the VPs were relatively neutral. One capture, I think, for each team, and the center or another point held neutral, so not too bad for our allies. At least they weren't losing VPs during the engagement. That can always be brutal. You know, you have a couple of minute engagement, and then it's a couple of minutes more before you pull back from your base and build new squads, and the whole time you're bleeding VPs.
Chongo has the right side locked down pretty well.
It's how you determine who wins an engagement. Say an engagement ends up pretty much even in terms of trades, who is ticking VPs at the time. They're the penultimate loser.
Vet 2 ISU, reload, that's going to be really good against the tanks, and the scatter's going to make it even deadlier in the anti-infantry role. Not that I expect to see it there for long.
So just the Tiger Ace remaining for John Go. Plenty of fuel, maybe saving up the manpower for a Panther. The tank previously supporting.
There will be a double Faust on the Jackson, and the Tiger Ace is moving in. He targets the Jackson, so nice work not wasting his shell there on the Comet. He actually... Oh no, he got the building.
They go in the
never mind.
building, yeah.
This Jackson is low, but the Tiger Ace backed away as it was pretty low, getting completely collapsed upon by these Fireflies. There is a pack there, but this could be the end of the Tiger Ace. Needs to pop his smoke or at least his Blitzkrieg. Mark target connects, and there goes the Tiger Ace. No use of those defensive abilities.
Not sure if the commitment to that pathing from the Firefly was the right choice, and actually loses the vet 3-1. I'd say it's probably a better trade for John Kerr, if anything. The vet 3 Firefly going down, last one.
Only in exchange for a Tiger Ace.
Great trade, good deal. Tiger Ace is a horrible unit for horrible people, so
Right.
so it's a moral victory, if not a realistic game one. Is that double caddy again? Yeah, it is double caddy. There are 2 caddies for Blackstorm, so reinvested in the indirect fire game. 193 VPs now for our Axis compared to the 133 of our allies, coming up on the 1 hour mark soon.
Yeah, it's been a long game. The MG bunker still being an absolute nuisance.
Yeah, this is still the original one, I'm pretty sure, so. T-34 should just die for the bunker at this point. It's like 100% dead, so should have probably died to the bunker. Might have survived. Might have gotten the bunker. Only needed 2 shots.
Oh no, shameful display.
Guess it's not really important that the munitions gets capped. It's more important this squad's around for victory point control. Because imagine just leaving that con squad there and then getting a last second cap at a later stage in the game. That's what's actually going to be important, not the munitions. Our eyes are fine on munitions. I actually really like this sneaky conscript play. Especially when the conscripts know where the MG bunker is.
Would you say it's a sneaky beaky conscript play?
Yeah, look, sneaky beaky seems an accurate term. And how much damage do Molotovs do to bunkers?
Oh yeah, it'll kill it.
Yeah, so they have Molotovs.
Wow.
Possibility.
The Mollers do a fair bit of damage to them.
Yeah, the bunkers are already low, and I doubt we're going to see a Pioneer squad go up to repair the bunker.
We do have the Command Panther. Movement, speed, and sight.
Center isn't actually capped. The rocket arty cooldowns have been blown, so another squad moving into central VP position will be good for our Axis. Can continue the bleed. Have the conscripts been revealed? Oh no, conscripts! Hero conscripts, rest in peace.
Oh, they died?
No, they're retreating
right.
through a bunch of units. I don't know why. They could have just stayed where they were.
Did he actually take Molotovs for that? No, he didn't take Molotovs.
No, it hasn't taken Molotovs. Could have just done it when he needed to. So.
I thought that was his play, is get Molotovs and then blow up the bunker and then cap.
Yeah. I thought so as well, but I mean, like, I think more in terms of a late game thing, like when we're down to like 50 VPs or something, then the conscripts go for the cap.
Oh, we just saw the concrete round. He blew up the Raketin with it.
Cool. Which is, you know, not really an impressive feat when most things bought Raketins, but 70 munitions when he could have just taken a regulation shot.
Well, it's because of the elevation though. You want to fire through elevation? No problem. Just spend 70 munitions.
Yeah. Triple caddy. That's just brutal. This point will remain neutral, said the allies. And so it was. For sure. What I want to know is how much indirect fire do you need to keep a point constantly full of rockets? Like how many Katyushas do you need to have a point where like it's literally uncappable? Because as the Katyusha barrage runs out, the next Katyusha starts firing.
One land mattress?
Yeah. Important things that I need to know. Man, I remember when like stun grenades used to be the tits, and then all these other much better nades like gammon bombs and stuff came into the game, and now we look at stun grenades and it's like, eh.
Yeah, I remember whining about bundle grenades, and then Commander was like, hold my beer. And of course, they became the real worst offender.
My warm beer, hold my warm beer.
Yeah, they've both been nerfed since then. So I had the arrow keys hit accidentally.
87 VPs now. Yeah.
I just love the light gamma bomb. That's the biggest insult of all.
Yeah. Isn't it though? Yeah. Had to have been a joke. Someone just slipped light into there. Funny. Something play testing. So. Oh, Centaur, cool. I mean, I guess there's also Captainized, but our allies actually need to have the points captured for the Centaur to get any work done.
Well, he's actually on. Is that on HE ammo? Yeah, he is. Because these obers are a real problem. All the grenades that they have, the bundle grenade we see is deadly.
Oh,
the frangibles are deadly, and oh wow.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the Katusha barrage that forces you into another Katusha barrage.
That's a really good wipe because that over squad was such a problem.
Yeah.
Now that's going to make the mid VP easier to cap. This is a bad building to be in. Oh, killed one of those tanks. Minimum range Centaur though, that's so powerful.
Yeah.
Trying to get behind the house, which is clever. Gonna fire his Faust off as well. This Panther's one shot away from dying.
Look, it's the Grand Centaur. With the main gun destroyed, the Centaur now can't kill the Panther. That's sad. So.
You have to be so baller to do this, is to send your Panther in when it has one shot away from dying. But he was blitzkrieg there, and he also had the smoke too, so he had at least some tricks up his sleeve. And still, this middle is an absolute bloodbath.
Grand squad falling. Oh no, the bottom's getting the right hand side, sorry, is getting decapped now by our axis.
Oh, the mine blow up. I bet you that was a shoe mine. It's a Vet 3 Panther, and it could go down here.
I don't know, that's going to get changed into another hero, another Panther.
Yeah, Command Panther goes in. Looks like it actually will be okay. The Command Panther scared him off a little bit. It's a new squad of the Storms. Storm Troopers.
With the upgrade we've wanted for all our lives this time as well. Each time we'll get to have a direct comparison in Stormtrooper effectiveness. Well, I just don't have enough here. Or is it too much indirect fire, or... What's our US have now?
Sandbags couldn't save the conscripts. The US has one
How is it
priest.
not pop capped with like 1,000 fuel?
Well, he's also a fair bit of stuff. He lost one of those priests. Oh wow, the Panther goes down.
Okay, that's gonna certainly limit John Gur's ability to hold this right side VP.
Oh,
Fresh obers.
geez, this new Stuka as well.
Stay back from our victory point.
Okay, the ISU.
Not again.
Yeah, maybe it's too deep this time. Again, it was probably an attack move or a right-click command.
Okay.
The others also have two stalling abilities.
Okay,
The
yeah, that's a good point.
The
yeah.
bombing strike and the time on target.
Which they're both saving up for as well, so this is well communicated.
You know what the worst feeling is? Is when you have 1,000 fuel and 2 fuel caches.
Oh god, yeah.
Man, I wish your munitions cache. But even then, they do have a bit of munitions banked up anyway.
Yeah, fuel caches have a very very limited lifespan in terms of their effectiveness. It's just
Yeah, because of the pop cap. If it wasn't for pop cap,
Yeah, if it wasn't pop cap, then there wouldn't be an issue.
or if you just bad and you lose all your tanks, then they're great. Well,
I love how the Soviet announcer rolls his R's. Soviet Su-85 tank destroyer ready. Rolling the R's.
Which is very Russian. Okay, Panther's looking for a flank.
Yeah, first one was fairly successful in taking out Jackson's, but what does the second one hope to achieve?
Whoa. Jackson, see, that would have died if that was the old Jackson.
Yeah.
That Raketten's doing some great damage. It's in a really good position because now they have to back away through the Raketten arc.
I love that Work hasn't refaced this rocket, and that's awesome.
Oh, that's the VP that's being barraged. No, I didn't attack ground. He's actually moved
no.
it. Oh no, he's chasing after it? Oh no. S-45 gets him.
It's rarely worth wheeling your AT gun after a tank, even if it has a damaged engine. Generally, you won't find the shot, especially if it's on a road. You definitely won't outpace the tank. Unless you're the Jamaican bobsled team, then you can just pick up your AT gun and just roll it real quick. So, yeah.
I haven't watched any Olympics, but I'm guessing that's an Olympics joke.
Well, it's a cool running slash. It kind of an Olympics joke. It's relevant because we're in the we have the Winter Olympics on at the moment, but it's a reference to Cool Runnings, which is based on a real life of a Jamaican bobsled team. Like, I'm pretty sure that's actually happened. Yeah, Jamaican bobsled team in the Winter Olympics. Like, Jamaica's a tropical country, so
Yeah.
they can't do bobsled. Like, so that's cool.
Well, it looks like the Axis have this one.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. I mean, it's a triple cap on, and our allies have tried hard, but they just don't have enough Katyushas to keep the middle VP consistently covered. And our Axis have found that the other hard counter, which is capturing the side VPs that aren't covered by Katyusha fire. So it's really unfortunate, especially with so much munitions in the bank for our allies, which they just didn't use and obviously should have.
Wow, an hour and 6-minute game and no Tiger Ace there from Loxley. Yeah. That was a weird game because, yeah, the commander choice was really bad for the Axis. And as for the Allies, why they lost, I guess they just had too much tank destroyers and too much caddies. I mean, they were starting to try and build more squads towards the end, but they did just start dying there. The caddy was, the Panzerwerfers was wiping them pretty effectively. The Brumbar was making it hard to cap that one. They didn't focus the right side enough. I think this was definitely the weak link.
Yeah. The right side certainly could have been more consistently held by our allies.
Because look at this, they
could have dealt with the bunkers much better than they did.
They've got an SU-85 here. They have 3 Jacksons and an ISU. Here they have a Centaur. So overcommitting a little bit perhaps to the middle. The left side, yeah, they tried, but the problem is they can't really rotate because, you know, you send an SU-85, it gets caught on a fence and it dies.
The Panthers rotate just so much more easily than...
Yeah, so I don't think the left was ever really an option, apart from those sneaky caps, which they tried to do, but this constant bunkers was really nice. I loved that.
Good play.
2 bunkers.
Yeah.
But I think the right side at least could have been rotated just because they had control of that right side, so they could have rotated pretty freely. And this is mostly open as well. You can rotate around that somewhat easily. We hear there's all kinds of shot blockers and stuff that it's a bit of a nightmare for those tank destroyers.
It's one of the biggest issues. I mean, there are so many issues with Tiger Ace as a commander, but it's just so badly thought out because, like, you want to lock in early because so you have access to everything else on the commander, but you don't know if you need a Tiger Ace for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes after you lock in. You don't know whether you're even going to want a Tiger Ace. It just, yeah. It's so weird having a commander that just like is so, it's oil and water, man. Like you do a bunch of early game stuff and then a Tiger Ace just tacked on to the end, so.
Well, I mean, isn't that kind of with all the commanders? Like you have...
Not so much, no. I mean, like...
You want to get your flamers for the early game, but then you also have the late game land
There's
matches.
hardly late game when it's 8 CPs compared to the 17 CPs of a Tiger Ace. Like, yeah.
What about... I mean, this is 14 command points. Guards are 2 command points. So I think that's... I get what you're saying. Yeah. I think it's a more... What I was getting at is it's a wider problem with the commander system, not specifically this one commander.
Yeah.
That, your mid-game, your early game stuff, you have to lock it in, hoping that you want an ISU just because you want to have guards. And what it means is more that commanders are very map specific. But anyway, that was a fun game. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. I was trying really hard to make my mouse movements a little bit more smooth because there has been some feedback regarding it being very choppy, like the whole...
You love your arrow keys.
No, I don't. I hate arrow keys. But one cast I was using them for some reason. I don't even know why I was using them.
Right, okay. Yeah.
I've been using the middle mouse scroll in particular.
Such smooth
Such smooth. Wow. Yeah. All right.
It's smoother than smooth whiskey and smooth jazz put together. I mean, so I appreciate that. Thanks, guys.
If you like the content, you can support us on Patreon. That'll help us maintain the schedule. The link for that is in the description. And follow me on Twitter at GG the Machine. See ya.